Boris Johnson, as you would imagine, dominating the front pages this morning after apologising yesterday, sort of, for that lockdown party in Downing Street. The Daily Mail calls it Operation Save Boris. The Mirror labels the Prime Minister a disgrace. The Daily Star always have a different take on things, don't they? They say rules are only for you little people. This, of course, follows Prime Minister's questions yesterday, where there was one key message. Do you think we have to wait until the results of the inquiry? Well, GMB's Lorna Sharrock is live at Downing Street for us. Laura, what can we expect to be going on today?
Well, as you say, Lorraine, all eyes really now on that inquiry by the former pub landlady turned senior civil servant, Sue Gray, whose inquiry is, as we heard, very much ongoing. It's thought that we might be able to hear back from her in sort of a week to 10 days or so. And as we know, a week is a very long time in politics, isn't it? So who knows what other revelations might come out in the meantime. And of course, if the Met Police launch their own investigation, that could delay Sue Gray's inquiry even further. But in the meantime, of course, the Cabinet have been rallying round Boris Johnson. It took some of them a little while to do so, though, didn't it? Last night, Rishi Sunak, the Chancellor, the man next door to number 10 in perhaps more ways than one, took until about 8 o'clock or so to finally tweet out that he would wait for Sue Gray's inquiry, but it was right that the Prime Minister had apologised. Other Tory MPs, though, seemingly starting to waver now, many of them questioning whether Boris Johnson is indeed fit to take them into the next election. And certainly one word that we heard, apart from that word inquiry, an awful lot from Boris Johnson yesterday was apology. I think 7 times he used that. So the question now really is whether or not that apology will be enough to keep him here in Downing Street for a little bit longer.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Lorna. Really, really appreciate that. Yep, the inquiry, the apology, and Sue Gray getting more name checks than Adele. Dr Amir joins me now, working on the front line. Amir, how do you feel about that yesterday when you were watching that apology?
Morning, Lorraine. I think for any apology to work, it has to feel sincere. And what Boris Johnson did was apologise for people feeling the rules were broken. And I'm not sure how sincere that feels. He was making the rules, so he should stick to the rules. We've seen over the course of this pandemic many politicians and scientists having to resign because they broke lockdown rules, and many people feel the same. I know lots of people on the front line feel the same about Boris Johnson. It's very clear he was at a party to you and I, but he said he was there for 25 minutes. He thought it was a work do with booze. So I'm not quite sure what kind of work do that is. I've never been to a work meeting which involves alcohol, but that's what he's claiming and asking us to wait for this inquiry. But I just want to go back to what things were like in May 2020 for all of us. You know, we all made so many sacrifices. And I can remember, you know, all the things that I was doing as a GP. I was going into care homes where at that time coronavirus was ravaging through some of our most vulnerable patients, and I was seeing them, trying to keep them comfortable, coming back to the surgery and having to ring husbands, wives, sons and daughters about how their relative was doing, and at times I had to ring them to say they'd passed away. And those conversations, as hard as they were for me, were devastating for those relatives, and having to hear it on the phone when normally I would do something like that either at the care home with them present, at the surgery, hold their hand, that kind of thing. All of that was taken away from them, and those moments that they could spend with their loved ones was taken away from them. And that is juxtaposed against Boris Johnson attending what he says is a work do with booze. I just can't comprehend where he's coming from, to be honest, Lorraine.
No, they've redefined what a work meeting is, haven't they? Booze and party food, it's bizarre. I saw today on Twitter, the senior reporter in the Financial Times, Chris Cook, tweeted, "I've been to some bad parties, but none so bad that I've thought I was at a work meeting." And I think that kind of sums it up. And you can do a sort of weary, almost hollow laugh at that. But really, I mean, the lack of respect for people, the tone deafness of this, I mean, it's either supreme stupidity or unbelievable arrogance. And maybe it's a mixture of the two, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know either, Lorraine, but I think where there's alcohol involved, there's a big gathering of people, and the email says bring your own booze. I think we can all come to our own conclusions there.
Yeah. Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.